Can you hear me now?
I can.
All right. I was using this like GoPro setup. I'm just gonna use my regular. I was fancy. So yeah, where did we leave off? We were talking about.
We were talking about weights and measures. We were all like jacked up. I was basically saying like, I think humans are good, and like babies. I like babies. I like people to make babies.
Right. How many kids you got, Luke?
Well, that's my. Here's like the rub of it all, and like God's up there laughing at me, right? Like I can't have any myself, so I adopted.
Okay. All right. So
I adopted one.
All
And
right.
I tried to adopt more, but actually, when I was doing that, my apartment was too small, and so they wouldn't let me I couldn't foster care, but because my apartment was too small.
Right.
At the time.
Fire.
And since I moved around a bit since then, but it's maybe there's more kids that need fostering. I'm happy to do that one day.
Yeah. So how many? If ideal, how many do you want?
Well, I think here's the problem: is that the first command of God to humanity is to like be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who have been like teaching like like overpopulation and stuff like that for a long time. And so there's not very many. I think there's only a handful, maybe at most a handful of like industrial nations that have fertility rates that are above replacement. Replacement means like 2.1. So most nations
2 for 1.
like
China.
Industrial nations are in the 1 to 1.5 range, even in the United States, where and here's the problem with that, honestly, Mark, is that look at Detroit. That's going to be basically the world, right? Whereas what happened to Detroit? Detroit was a big city that people started leaving, started moving out. Did it get cleaner when people moved out or dirtier? Did it get more stable when people started moving out or less? Right? Like it got less, and that's going to be our world. We're going to have a lot of places that like, there's like, Japan has a major issue of low population for a long time. Listen, there's more adult diapers sold in Japan than children's diapers.
What?
Yeah, seriously.
That's
and that should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot. I don't know. And not in a good way. Right?
Yeah, not in a good way. Yeah. So that makes me think when we touched on that last topic, like over like I guess like gay marriage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out at what point does like the white evangelical, I guess like outlook gets picked up as like the same as like white supremacy ideals. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, well, I would say that we should reject all supremacist ideas.
Okay.
Any idea that says like that on the basis of like skin color, on the basis of, I would even say on the basis of socioeconomic, where you find yourself, whether you're from the mountains of Appalachia or you're from the hood of Detroit, to say that those like by default because of that experience you're somehow bad or worthless or not shouldn't be included in society, that ideology is toxic.
So you're saying that, but do you think you have some peers with the same faith that don't think like that?
Well, I know white supremacists. I know black supremacists. I know Asian supremacists. Like I know a lot of but I would say that what's often thrown around here's the problem.
Yeah,
is because so much is called white supremacy.
Right.
It actually lets the white supremacists, the actual white supremacists, those dudes that like march in Charlottesville and say like they will not replace us and like the proper racists. It lets them off the hook because I'm called a white supremacist, because I voted for Trump, or because I like I'm white in certain circumstances, or because I'm Christian in certain circumstances, right? Like there's a whole group of people who are saying that because you did X, that's like, therefore you must be a white supremacist.
So now I have a question. White supremacist and racist, that goes hand in hand. Would you, so I'm pretty sure like in certain spaces, like you've been called racist, right? For let's say at a basis level of, voting for Trump. Do you agree with that? Like, do you feel like you racist? You feel me?
No, not at all.
Why?
I mean, heck, Mark, the amount of time that I have spent in my life trying to affirm and encourage people from every tribe and nation to live to their full potential.
Right.
Listen, there was a point in my life when I was racist.
So let's talk about that.
All right.
Yeah.
So back when I was 13,
okay.
I'm from Seattle originally, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I was taking the bus from my friend's house. My mom always she could drive me, but she I don't know. She just thought it was a good human thing to
experience.
Do to take the bus. So she would make me take the bus.
Yeah.
So I would take exactly. I would take the 307 to go see my friend. Right. Right? So I'm riding the bus.
Yeah.
And there's I'm sitting in the back.
Yeah.
There's 3 black people sitting behind me.
Men, women.
So 2 dudes and a girl.
Okay, cool.
Okay. The 2 dudes were on both sides of the girl. One of the dude taps me on the back and says, "Do you think she's pretty?" Dude, I was 13, right?
Right.
And so I said, "Yeah, she's pretty." The dude punched me in the face.
Oh,
okay.
Shit. Okay.
And then I got up to walk away from the situation.
Yeah.
And the other guy got out of his seat and he kicked me down the aisle.
Right.
Where I was fell and I tumbled and whatever.
Yeah.
Right. From that moment, I was 13. From that moment, as far as I was concerned, that's what black people were like.
Yeah.
All black people.
Okay.
Right. And so what I did was I took an experience that I had.
Yeah.
And I projected that on every black person I knew.
Okay.
And I was racist.
How long did that last?
That lasted until my probably I would say my early 20s.
So I think
but I got to finish the story.
Yeah, finish.
It is important because there was a point though.
Yeah.
When I began to do mission work.
Okay.
I was a missionary for a long time actually.
What is that?
I preach the gospel of Jesus Christ around the world.
Around the world. Okay.
Actually, and there was a point in which I felt I was convicted of my view of black people.
Got you.
Convicted that because I had this unsettled view that all black people were the kind of people that just randomly punch you in the face for no reason.
Yeah. So when you say convicted, what do you mean by that? That means you were
means that I felt like God was saying that is wrong.
Okay.
That attitude, that belief is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I actually I confessed what I would say was the sin of racism in my heart. And I went out specifically and met with black people. I met with a black guy and I said, listen, this was my experience. And because of that experience, I projected on all black people a hatred that was wrong.
Right.
And I repent of that. And to you, black person I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Right? I am sorry. I'm sorry that I did that. And I won't do it anymore.
So you did the healing work.
I was
that was healing work. Got you.
It was, and I had to confess it to a black person, in my life and say I had, and I find that is a common experience actually.
I've heard that before. But
here's the thing. It's not just a common thing with white people towards black people. It's a common thing between black people and white people,
100%.
Asian people and Hispanic. That is a normal thing that people do.
Well, on a basic level,
We
trauma is trauma. You know what I'm saying? That was a traumatic experience.
You have an experience, and because of that experience, you project.
Yeah.
You project like, oh, all X behave like that because, right? And it's a simple way of then protecting yourself.
Yeah.
But what it does, I mean, the problem of this is why Jesus said, love your neighbor, or like, actually not just love your neighbor. He actually said love your enemy. Why? Because until you forgive, that experience walks around with you everywhere you go.
That's a fact.
Right? I used to describe people like not describe people, but describe people have a lot of traumatic experiences, and people who refuse to address those and forgive people for being just total tools.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they end up with it's like they carry around a trophy case.
Yeah.
With every trophy is like some experience where they've been where they've been hurt, where they've been marred,
betrayed,
where they've been insulted, when they've been betrayed, and they walk around with that on their back.
Yeah,
and when they meet somebody, they like take it down, and then they show you all of their trophies of trauma.
So if we switch it real quick, like and say like put it in like a relationship context, right? So like if your ex like cheated on you or something like that, right? Now you meet a whole new girl, and you're like, damn, I like her, but what if she does? Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right,
right? Because you haven't forgiven.
Right.
Like forgiving doesn't mean like it's all okay.
Yeah. You're gonna go back to it.
We're now gonna hug each other.
Nah.
It just means here's what it means. It means that you are free. You are free. Right. Like you're actually free. So one of the crazy things I did, dude, back in the day, was I wrapped myself in chains.
What?
In chains, like chains.
Okay.
Right. And I stood in a square. This was in Sarajevo, in the Balkans. And I stood.
What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's in like it's in Europe. It's in like southeastern Europe.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
And it's like the U.S. was involved there in a war, but the war started between the people of that region, right?
Okay.
And the Serbs, people from Serbia, were trying to ethnically cleanse the Bosnians, right? And so the thing is, like, Sarajevo is surrounded by mountains on all sides, and so people would basically bomb the city. Yeah. Right. So there was a lot of deep seated hatred and a lot of it just, like you can see when there's unforgiveness in people's hearts, it just creates a toxic environment altogether. Right. And so I wrapped myself in chains and I passed out flyers that said like forgiveness is freedom. Right. Unforgiveness is bondage. Okay. Right. And I stood there because that's exactly how people are. Until you forgive somebody who has done something wrong to you, you're not going to have freedom. You're going to walk around with that person in your head. Yeah. Unfortunately,
that was good though. Say that again. You said forgiveness is freedom. Say that one more time.
Yeah. And unforgiveness is bondage.
Got it. That was good. All right.
Right. Like, and like, I know there's people out there who I have I have hurt. Yeah. I had to go and like in humility say I'm sorry I did that. Yeah. And I'm like you may never forgive me, but I'm apologizing for what I did to you.
Yeah, you did your part.
I did my part. Why? Because like I'm not going to walk around with a trophy cabinet on my
carrying
back,
that on.
Right? Carrying all that stuff. And every time I meet somebody showing off my trophy trauma. Right? Yeah. And so what I'm saying, what my hope is like I want the white supremacists, the actual white supremacists to be I don't know. I want to be snuffed out, right? Not snuffed out in like some like violent way, like actually, you know, like they killed or something.
Yeah.
But that they would change their hearts. Thing is, I know people who actually I have several friends.
Yo, that's what I was about to ask you. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the 90s, who were like white supremacists, were part of like they were like skinheads. Right. Like, dude, there was a whole period.
Where they at now though? You don't got no cousins, no friends, you don't know where they that's what, you know what I'm saying? Cause like you like in the middle, like you still cool, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I want somebody like out there, you feel me? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell, like this guy at
and would
King's
they
College.
get on? That would be
at King's College. You actually heard him speak.
King's College.
There was a guy named Drew Johnson.
Drew Johnson.
You remember Drew? Drew Johnson spoke at one of our Philos leadership gatherings, conversations on race.
Yep.
He grew up in a like he said back, you know, when I was young, I was a skinhead. Right?
Nice. I need him. Okay,
right?
He's on my list
doing?
too.
He is he completely is like, not only is he against it, but he's like I don't know.
But do you know anyone that doesn't have a change heart? Like that's good and all of that, but I want someone that's still there.
Do I know some white supremacists?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Like
I do.
But what do you think they'll be willing to get on and have a conversation though?
Yeah, I don't know. They might.
All right, so I got a question, because the stuff that you spoke to, like in regards to like the story, right? I got a similar story, but we'll save it. But it sounds like more like prejudice, right? So like, okay, you're saying that like after that you prejudged every black person, basically thinking that they were that way. I got a mentor, Roy Pompey, that I met him in community college, and he kind of like helped me cipher out this definition. So it sounds like what you're talking about is prejudice, but I was asking more so about the racist part. I think the racist part as like a white person is almost something that you can't like get rid of, right? It's the only way that you get rid of. Okay, so the racist part is defined by the fact that you benefit from being white every day. You feel me? Like you wake up white. If you drive down the street, you know what I'm saying, you don't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, getting pulled over just for being white. You feel me? That's the part of like the racist part. The prejudice part is like, okay, you can get rid of that part. The racist part is like you almost can't. But what's your opinion on it?
Mark, here's where we're gonna separate.
Go ahead.
Because here's what happens.
Yeah.
In my thinking, that whole concept of white privilege, like what you described,
mm-hmm.
is actually in itself a very much a racist construct.
Yeah.
Right? Because and I know this is not popular among because the CRT ideologues have said that.
What's that? What is that?
The critical race theory.
Race theory. Yeah.
I'll call them the woke scolds. Right? Like so the woke scolds say like, only white people can be racist. Black people can't be racist.
Only because of resources and power. So that's what I missed out.
No, see, but let me say that not have I never been. I've lived and worked in over 50 countries in the world. I have never been to a place where one people didn't look down on another people for something.
Got it.
Never have I been. That is a common trait among humanity. Right? And to say that like, only that kind of people has like they have that special problem,
right?
Because of like their
that
power
puts them in that position,
that, like
that pedestal.
But here's the thing, Mark. Looking at me, you know nothing about me, actually.
Nah, I know your name,
right?
Yeah.
Like you know my name at best, right? You don't know my. I mean, I was joking with Robert Nicholson, my boss, yesterday, about the time that I got evicted from a trailer park and had my car repoed.
Fire.
How many times, Mark, have you been evicted from a trailer park? A trailer park in the woods, right? Okay,
I didn't know you could get
like,
evicted from a trailer park.
But you can if you don't pay them freaking $300 a month like you're supposed to. They'll just come right up. They'll just come knock on the door and say you gotta leave.
Yeah, would they repo
they'll
your,
have a
your
shotgun
spot?
in
Like,
there,
yes.
right? They could be like, "Listen, this stupid trailer got drug out into a field, and it was cold.
Yeah,
I mean, I was like, it was a bad experience.
Right,
I was making bad choices in my life.
Right.
Honestly, I was making bad choices at that time.
Yeah.
But like you, like, you know, if you look at me now, like I think we met a couple of times, and like I live in New York, and I have a house, have a car, have a wife, have a daughter, right? Like you the problem of like that whole concept of white privilege is it basically says to everybody, you can what that person's life experience was like
just based on their skin
because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was a point in my life where I wish I had your privilege, Mark.
Me?
Yeah, I wish I.
What you was trying to get access to the hood or something? What you was doing?
dude, you have gone. You're what? Morehouse.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you go after Morehouse?
I went to community college before Morehouse, but I just got my bachelor's. I finished at Morehouse.
Okay. Well, you know, I know so many Morehouse guys who are now at Harvard or at Yale or they're at Princeton or Cornell or Brown or any other Ivy League, right?
You can't use Morehouse though, because Morehouse is next level.
Morehouse is Morehouse. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can't use
right.
You can't use Morehouse as an example. Yeah,
why?
As a consensus.
Because it's like what? It shows that like it's the preeminent.
Yeah, it's like the talented 10th, you feel me? But it's still that 90%. We want to deal with that 90%.
Listen. Of course.
Yeah, that 10% is like that's privilege.
Here's where like we're gonna have to go to brass tacks.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I think, and you see, here's the thing. Here's like you're gonna be like, no way, Luke. I think the most powerful people in the world right now are black women.
That's
women
a fact.
Are the most powerful women.
I agree.
Like their power structure is like legendary, right? Right now, I could get one little like bad thing to come at me. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. Canceled. Like I can't get a job. I can't I'll be
canceled.
The trailer park. I'll get down and get my car repoed. You know, like
be back in the trailer park.
Like my kids won't have shoes, right? Like.
Yeah. Black women are dangerous to play with. You know, just be nice to them, buy them something to eat, and keep it moving.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you what, it's a couple of dudes saying this, and the black women are like, "Come on, guys, you got a bunch of patriarchal bigots."
Yeah, right? yeah, pretty much.
No, and here's the thing: it's like that's my point. My point is
it's my niece. Let me finish working. Close the door.
Watch out! You're gonna get you're powerful. You're powerful.
She doesn't know it yet.
She doesn't know it yet. It's coming. She's gonna. No, here's the thing: is that the black women are looking like, guys, like what? That's like absurd. I can't believe because we always compare ourselves with like that other people and say, oh, like they have more power than me, or they and I'm telling you, like that kind of comparison that is really kind of like a form of envy.
Yeah.
Right. Like I wish that I had I don't know. I don't actually wish this because I'm not such a fan of the Ivy Leagues, but there was no chance that I was going to get into an Ivy League school.
Okay.
Heck, dude, I barely graduated from high school.
Yeah.
I had to I mean, I can tell you stories for days about my Luke's long line of bad choices.
Yeah.
They were They were long.
Well,
and
see,
they haven't ended. They haven't.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Either,
Yeah, you
right?
still making it. But like, that's one thing we probably got like in common, because that's one of the next segment I want to talk about is like the similarities. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you had a hard time graduating from high school. I didn't graduate from high school. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out of 9th grade. Eventually went to get my GED and then went to community college and then, ran a GoFundMe to be able to pay for Morehouse. But that's my story. You feel me? So like,
right.
Yeah. Like we both made bad choices.
That
black or white.
Like, exactly. It's like, so like, I don't think that I have like more like, like I don't look at a black person and go like, oh man, like I wish I had their experience of being able to go to like Morehouse and HBCU.
So you don't do that white people
Harvard.
smile. I see you're white. You may not know about it, right? But being black, white people do this like weird smile when they see us. It's like I can't really explain it. I gotta get a picture of it. You feel me? It's like this weird smile. I can't explain it, but if you ask any black person, they gonna know what you're talking about. Be like, yo,
like, you gotta break that down for me. What's that?
Yeah, like it's a weird white people smile. You know what I'm saying?
Sure I do it. I'm sure I
do. You probably do that. I never saw you do it. I've been around you a couple times.
Yeah, but we gotta get some. I don't know. Get some. Some.
See, now I got the GoPro, so I gotta
like,
walk around with like a GoPro and get some footage of this. You feel me? So, because I'm telling you, I go to a supermarket or something, and you ask any black person, ask Mama K when you speak to her. But any black person, you know what I'm saying? Mama K is like black, but she's light skinned, so she might not get it. You feel me? I'm talking about somebody as black as me.
So racist, dude.
It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, whatever. But yeah, you gotta act like a dark black person. Like when they go into a public place or just walking down the street, do white people give them a certain white people smile? I'm gonna call it a white people smile. You know what I'm saying? I think, like seriously, it's a thing. I'm telling you, I'm put this GoPro.
Here's the thing. I totally. Not only do I totally think it's
like
true,
the guilt. It's like
I can probably. I would like. We would have to like. We should like go shopping or something together, and you point it out to me. So I'd be like, oh, I know what that guy's thinking.
Yeah, you gonna see it.
You know, I gotta see this because I can kind of imagine, but I'm not sure. Right? But I think it's a little bit like, you got
to see it.
I don't want to. I got to see it. I don't want to project anything that like on other white people, like what we're thinking, right? Oh, that dude's thinking, right? Like, who knows? He probably is thinking like. That's a cool looking dude. I wish he looked. I was ripped like that.
Right.
Dude, like you guys gotta stop looking so good. I walk around and a bunch of black people. I'm like, man, I am so fat and dumb looking. Right? You guys are like, you like got some swagger going on, and I swagger. I get look like I just got a limp. Right?
The Diddy Bop. That we call it the Diddy Bop. That's the Diddy Bop.
Yeah, whatever you got. Like, I tell you,
the Diddy Bop is off. I got you. Don't worry about it.
If I say into that white smile is jealousy.
Okay. It's possible. That might be. Hold on. We got to hold on. Say that again, because you might be on point. You might be on point there. The white smile.
No, that white smile is they're jealous.
All right.
It's jealousy.
I picked that up. We got like a co-host, but he wasn't able to make it today. His name is Rim Hellman. Young Jewish kid, but he's American. He was born here, Jewish American kind of thing. And he was telling me like, yo, because I asked him like about like this, the same stuff I'm asking you, stuff like that. And he was like, nah, like he was like, I always wanted to be black. Like he was like, I always wanted to be black from when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I guess like from music or whatever the case is. So I could see that point of like that jealousy thing. It's like, damn, I got this privilege, but it's nothing I could do to get that swag. You feel me? It's nothing I could do to walk like that. It's nothing I could do to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So I get that.
But I don't think the privilege is what you guys think. That's the thing. I don't think it's to me, it's like the grass is greener kind of syndrome, right? Oh, like if I was on that side of the grass, I would be like, I'd eat grass all day long. Right. And the problem is, like, that is not human experience. Right? Like you got a story, I got a story. We made bad choices when we were younger. Hopefully we're making better choices now that we're older.
Hopefully.
But still,
not always though.
We got years to go. You know, I'm way older than you. So I've had more bad choices. And
you have more time to make them.
I got a few more. Yeah, well,
I'm
you
like
got
still
more
making
time
them.
to make. Yeah,
I'm in the middle of it.
But listen, I think the problem of that kind of that the rhetoric that drives people into making presumptions about other people's experiences is really toxic. Honestly,
I think it's we're not having conversations like what we're talking about right now, right? I could go the rest of my life thinking that, you know, white people are giving me this white people smile because they don't like me or something. I'm just making something up, right? And then when I actually speak to a white person, it's like, nah, that might be like jealousy. You feel me? That switches the perspective. You feel me? So it's like the conversation, and that's what inspired me. On top of going to Israel, on top of conversation on race in Charleston, South Carolina, on top of several conversations with Mama Kay, also known as Christina King. That's what inspired me to start this, because I'm like, yo, there's issues like Israel, for example. There's issues going on there. And that's what I learned while I was there. That was the core of my experience, that the two communities are not having conversations. Like maybe in like small subsections, maybe like a couple people here and there, but for the most part, they ain't talking.
No, they're not. But I'll tell you why. It's because everybody's afraid of being canceled.
Facts.
And being like, and like, I would say that, you know, Christina can attest to some of our early conversations where I'm trying to, you know, along with her, we're trying to like build out this African American Affairs program at the Philos Project.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, listen, I don't know where the mines are. I'm walking in a minefield and I don't know where the mines are. I don't know how to say things that aren't going to like come off wrong, or people get my intent wrong, right? And what it took a long time. I mean, my personality helps me because I tend to not give a crap what people think about me.
We got that.
So
in common.
like,
go ahead.
But I think that like, because I spent enough time in those conversations on race with African Americans and like had to basically said, listen, you're gonna have to just let me like say the wrong thing sometimes, because I'm gonna do it. And we're not gonna actually agree on a bunch of stuff.
So I gotta ask you. I don't mean to cut you off.
That's gotta be okay too.
I gotta ask you, because I don't feel like you said anything wrong yet. What are some of the? You know what I'm saying? Because this is a space where I said, but I did say that like I don't agree with white privilege. Okay, but so
right?
what?
Like
give me 3 topics that people feel like when you do speak on it, it's possibly wrong in a black space. Like, you know, and like what are 3 things that you've commonly like heard that are wrong, that to you see nothing, you know, whatever it is, but this, you know what I'm saying?
I would say that like obviously the white privilege conversation is pretty, like, I think black and white.
What about it though?
We're pretty far apart on that. I think what most white people are like think that's racist, actually. No.
Yeah, now we're getting there. Go ahead, keep going. All right.
No, because like I told you, it's because it's like judging people on the color of their skin.
Right. So in other words, we think that you're doing it, but in reality, we're doing it too. Yeah,
basically, I think the average white guy, I'll channel my own, right?
Yeah.
Everybody can be racist.
Got it.
Everybody can be racist, and nobody should be racist.
Right.
Right. Like that's the presupposition. Okay. The way that everything has been framed is only white people can be racist and always are. And
so I'm gonna give you pushback on that.
Okay.
Go ahead, finish yours.
Yeah. And the only way that you can stop being racist is to agree. Well, actually, you can't. So you just basically have to accept the fact that you're racist, and just like deal with it and go crawl in a hole and
cry about it. Feel bad for yourself.
And let the black women leave.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
I know. I know.
So look, I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback on the whole racist thing. You feel me? From what I was taught, Black people can't be racist because we don't have the resources or the power in order to be able to use our group power to stop you from getting opportunities. So that's what the definition of racism is on my end, is that white people are able to use their power and group power to stop other like non-white people from getting access to opportunities.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll give you a great example.
Go ahead.
Give me a great example where you're wrong. Okay?
Go ahead.
It actually has to do with that nasty N-word.
Got it. Go ahead.
Okay? If I listen to rap music and I sing along with rap music and I accidentally say that word, dude, that's bad. I actually
do you want to say the word? Do you want to say?
No, I don't. I don't want to say the word.
Let's say it together. Let's say it together.
No, I'm not. Nope. I'm not gonna do it. And you can't trick me into canceling myself, Mark. Because I know deep down, like he's waiting for a chance to nail me. You brought me on this little podcast.
You good with me, you good. No. I promise you that. With me, you good. I can't promise with anybody else.
I'm totally messing. Right? Yeah. So here's the thing. Like there's this recording artist.
Yeah.
Who's actually he was on his album was on like the Billboard Top 40.
Got it.
For like weeks, like 17 weeks.
You know who it is?
Like that. Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
So Morgan Wallen, the dude's like he has some of the best. He's like a super rising star country singer.
Okay, country.
Okay. So back in like February, I don't know, sometime earlier this year.
Yeah.
He was on like a 72-hour binger with a bunch of friends, and he got recorded saying, "See you later." N-word.
Got you.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
His record label canceled him.
Right.
He wasn't on the CMAs.
Yeah,
he wasn't on Billboard, even though he sold more albums than like everybody.
So do you know why it's bad to say that word, Luke?
I know why it's bad to say the word, because it's a bad word. Like I know what there's a historical context and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So here's my point.
Yeah.
Here's my point. I'm getting to my point. My point is that there is a like in kind of postmodern theory, and I'm going to get philosophical here for a second.
Go ahead. Keep it simple though for the audience.
Is that language is power.
Mm-hmm.
Language is power. And they would argue, and the postmoderns would argue, that all there is power.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're in is a war of power, which is actually why the white supremacist, the white privilege construct and a lot of this stuff is problematic to me as well. Mm-hmm. But like I say, language is power, and all language is a power play, right? So so you can say the N-word and I can't.
Yeah.
Where's the power in that? Where's the power structure there?
On my end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So much, like literally you can get a guy because he said like to some buddies, and it had to be filmed, it happened to be filmed by TMZ. His like career was like what is like,
and you disagree with that?
Now. I'm just describing.
Okay.
I don't think he should have used the word. Obviously, that's
right. Yeah.
Right, but if the argument is like we black people, we have no power. All the power is with the white people. And I'm like, actually, let me give you an example of totally where it's not. And you're like, well, that doesn't count, right? And so then we're arguing over. What we're arguing over is like all languages power plays, and we're like there isn't like the social construct that is operating under is very like it's very base and it's very beast like, right? It's like it's very tribal. And it's about like my tribe versus your tribe, and all there is tribes, and we're all warring against each other, and all there is us warring against each other.
Yeah.
Right? That kind of construct is massively destructive.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's actually at odds
keeps it going
with the Christian tradition, which says that the problem of the world is sin, right? And one of the sins that people can commit is the sin of racism, which means that they look at another person and completely judge them on the basis of their skin tone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That to me is like it's not about it's the problem of the world is not racism. The problem of the world is sin.
Yeah.
And that everybody has propensity, has opportunity to sin in a lot of ways, right? And racism is one of those sins. And I think the way that you overcome any sin is is by confessing it, right? So if, like I did, I had that experience projected on everybody, all black people, based on my experience. Right. Yeah. And I repented of that and said, that's wrong.
Yeah.
And I have worked very hard and I tell you what, it's not always been good. I mean, I still have people, who try and hurt me, and malign me and like
just because you're white,
me,
basically.
Because I'm white.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they happen to they're not white.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, you know what I do with those moments?
Yep.
I say I take it as this is a test from God. Not but to whether I will judge all black people by that experience. Right. And I won't.
Yeah.
I will not.
Yeah.
I will not. I'm not going to let what somebody else says against me, even if it's like because it's not true, but because it like still hurts me reputationally or whatever. I'm not going to let that be I'm not going to let that determine whether or not I will work and fight and struggle to ensure that black people thrive and flourish in this world.
So two things.
I want that.
Two things.
What I want for all people.
Do you believe that you are a rare breed though? Like you are like a subsection of the white community though?
No, I don't think. Listen, I'm actually I'm very conservative. I'm very much in this world.
So conservative. What does that mean for you? You never smoked weed before, Luke?
Actually, I know I look like I'm stoned most of the time.
I'm just saying.
Like, some people have this
dead giveaway. Go ahead.
I know some people have this like resting, what they call it, the resting bitch face or something like that, and I have this like
resting high face,
resting stoner face. Right? I actually my uncle once came to me.
You still ain't answer the question. But keep going.
You have to lay off the weed.
Right.
Dude, I never touched stuff. At this point in my life, Mark, I have like it's actually a source of pride. It's the one thing I haven't ever done.
Hold on to it.
Seriously, I've never smoked weed in my life.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I know.
That's a great accomplishment.
I don't know if it's so great, like it's so novel, right? But I actually I know I look like I stoned, and I'm super laid back.
Yeah.
So I actually like my general mannerism is already like Oh, that dude's high. He's just living life.
Had a wake and bake
life, right?
before the meeting. But the second thing is that I'm gonna have your back on that like experience situation, right? And how it like influenced your outlook on Black people. I had a similar experience when I was upstate in community college, where I worked at a bank and the manager during football season. It was actually when the Seahawks and the Patriots played. You remember what year that was?
Wow.
Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. I remember that. It was
16.
Man, it was
15,
something
16,
like that.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But she said to me that the Seahawks are gonna win because they have more Black players and Black people have an extra bone in their foot, so they're faster. And I never heard nothing like that. You feel me? I come out of Harlem. It's nothing but Black people here. So it's no real opportunity to run into a white person that has like a weird perspective like that. So when I heard that, I was like, damn. And then it was like other things, you know what I'm saying? Other things that was said that was like, damn, this is how white people think. You know what I'm saying? So for a few years, for real, a few years, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't messing with y'all. Like, you feel me? Like I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It took me to go to Morehouse to get around my people and like to heal, you know what I'm saying, from that. And be able to come back from a different perspective, a little stronger, you feel me? And then be able to like, you know what I'm saying? But like before that, it was just like, nah, all white people was like this. And if you were to come to me and be like, oh, you know, like what you saying right now, I'd be like, nah, he lying because he recorded right now. You feel me? Like, nah, you feel me? Like if I'd have met Luke on the street somewhere, you know what I'm saying? He might have said something wild, right? But now it's like, okay, I done traveled a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Been to different places, met more people. And now it's like, nah, they not all like that. I even got white people in my family. I think I told you that before, but my uncle was like biracial, right? So he's like half white. And I like grew up around his mother a lot, which is considered my grandmother. It was through marriage or whatever. But as a kid, I didn't know nothing about that. That's my grandmother. You feel me? Right. But I even asked him, like, why is he a Trump supporter? Because he is a Trump supporter. And he said something like, how am I wrong for wanting to save on taxes and make more money? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
No, that like he made for him it was like on the issue he went to vote for was on the economy was number one, right?
Yeah. Is being a Trump supporter is one of the issues that's like hard to bring up in a multicultural space, you feel me? For you, like you be able to publicly say like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Trump supporter.
But yeah, it usually it depends on the mood I'm in, Mark. I mean, like it's like, do I want to have a normal conversation or do you want to be like spend the next hour of my life defending my choices, right? Right.
Yeah, I
like,
get it.
Honestly, it's I mean, we always create litmus tests.
Yeah.
Everybody, every like, there's always some moments in people's lives where a litmus test, or eras where certain things determine, oh, you're one of those people.
You're one of those.
Right? It's a way of like signaling.
Yo, the fact that you drive a pickup truck, let me give it to you real quick. You drive a pickup truck. You got like a lumberjack shirt on right now. You got the beard. Exactly. You feel me?
I got the beard.
Give me the vibe like you be beating down trees in the woods and all that. Like you definitely a Trump supporter.
My plan this weekend, actually.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like you look forward to that. Chop down some trees.
I gotta get that firewood stored up.
Yeah.
The winter's coming. It gets cold. And you want a little like crackling in the fireplace. It doesn't come by fairies.
You got the look though. You got the look. You feel me?
Listen, I worked that look. I actually, you know what? I thought, what am I gonna wear for Mark's podcast?
Right,
today? I was
right.
like, am I gonna wear? I could have done the button-up shirt.
Nah.
I could have just done the black T-shirt.
Nah.
But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna he's bringing me on because I'm a white evangelical dude.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just own it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I gotta bring on a
white power. You feel me?
I got. No. That
You're supposed to agree with that. Go ahead.
Nope. There you go again, trying to cancel me, Mark. I got you. I gotta cut you off.
I gotta make the show interesting. You feel me? But remember where were we at? We was in Charleston, and you were saying the story. I came in late or whatever, but I heard like the ending part. I heard like the ending part of what you were saying. And you know what I'm saying? We didn't like been in the car together. Remember we was in Cincinnati and all that? Like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm listening to you. I'm like, I ain't never picked that up from you. I'd have been around you a couple times. I ain't never picked that up. You know what I'm saying? So you got a good way of like, like maneuvering around different people. You feel me? But when I heard that, I'm like, the first thing that came to my mind was like, yo, Luke, do you got any black friends, bro? And I remember what you said, but I'm going to ask you again. Do you got any black friends, bro?
I do. I have a couple.
Not associates, not dudes you know. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Invite them to the crib.
Actually, no, I'll tell you what.
Or get invited. Go ahead.
I was this weekend with a bunch of dudes.
Right.
And we were actually talking about this because we were talking about the problem of America in general and the problem of men specifically.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the fact that like basically men don't have friends, right? Like, and that's a problem, right? Like, I ain't gonna cry on your shoulder, Mark, but I'm like, the number of people that I will call friends these days.
Yeah.
Like, and by friends I mean like not Facebook friends or friends that are like, I'm like people who live near me, who I can call like, oh, that's my friend. Like we go out and hang out regularly.
Yeah.
That's a very small number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like honestly, a friend is someone like I think you comfortable enough to be like fully transparent, like slightly intimate with when it comes to like you talking about like your life and what you going through. You know what I'm saying? I got friends like I'm going through something, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call one of the homies and I got one of them that's like a reasoning mind where it's like, nah, Mark, you wrong. But then I got my boy that's like, no matter what I say, he like with me. You feel me? Yeah, nah. You're right. Yeah. So like, so that's what I mean by like friends. Somebody that's like close to you. Feel me?
I mean, yeah, but Mark, you know how many friends I have? Yeah. If like I'm counting that, it's like 2-3 guys maybe, right?
Yeah.
Are any of them black? No.
Yeah.
But what like it's like
that's not like that's more like a grow up.
Do I wanna have more friends?
Yeah.
Dude, of course I want to have more friends. Do I want to have more black friends? Of course.
So you remember what I said at the end? Last time?
No, you want to? Yeah, you want me to come and hang out with you down in the? We're gonna have a Sunday supper together.
Sunday supper. Like that's good. But I was talking about like a cookout, right? So like,
listen, we should have a cookout,
right?
I'd
so like,
I
want to do a cookout. That's like the idea, right? I got like a rabbi. This time you weren't there, but when we did the summit, it was a rabbi dude, Joshua Stanton. He's actually going to be on the podcast September 20th. Okay. And he agreed to do it. He was like, he's going to bring like a bus load of his congregation to the cookout. But I'm like, I feel like that's like a safe space. That's like a good way to do it. You feel me? Like it's going to be a black cookout. You feel me? But like non-black people will be invited. You feel me? So it's like, So like, I feel like on a full stomach, it's pretty hard to have like an angry conversation. You feel me?
No, I'm a firm believer.
Like I ate breakfast before this. Did you?
I did.
I bet. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? If I was like hangry, it would have been like. You know
we've been talking a long time, but I mean, I think that's why I think so much of there's so many in the Bible. There's so many motifs of a banquet, right? Like I always close my trips in Israel reading this passage from Isaiah.
Where can we find that? Isaiah what?
Where Isaiah 25, I think.
Okay.
Where God says something like, on this mountain the Lord of hosts will make a feast for all peoples, the best of meats and the finest of wines.
Fire.
And he will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Yeah. Right. And like, it's this description of like the nations coming together. Yeah. And what are they coming to? They're coming to a banquet. And what's at the banquet? Meat and wine. And people are like, we're going to be together. Right. And I mean, even like there's some of the descriptions of in the Gospels, Jesus is like uses a banquet for those purposes. I mean, like, he was criticized. Jesus was criticized for eating with like sinners and tax collectors.
Collectors. That's like Genesis 1 or something like that, right?
No, that's in Jesus in the Gospels, right? But he's like those tax collectors are like, you know, they were like the bad guys.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Jesus was being criticized for eating with them, right?
Yeah.
But like, why? Is because like people don't like. There's a lot of people who don't like it when people get together in conversations like this or conversations around the meal table, right? Because it's, you know, who's doing it, who's criticizing people like us for this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
People who are walking around with trophy cabinets on their backs.
That's a fact.
Right?
Yeah.
They are
trophy
mad.
cabinets on their backs.
They are mad because they're seeing something like they don't want black and white people to talk to each other.
So we got to call those people haters.
Them,
those are haters.
They are haters.
Yeah, those are haters.
They are haters. They are haters. And they want us to be like at odds with each other because they themselves are at odds with themselves.
Oh,
right? Because they
Yeah.
had a bad experience and they're projecting.
Yeah.
They're projecting their bad experience on all those people, right? And all those people pick the side.
Yep.
All those people.
Yeah.
How dare you talk to those people, right?
Yeah.
Well, I am, and I'm going to go out of my way to do it.
So, would you be considered like an N-word lover in your community?
An N-word lover?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody confuses me with. I'm not quite sure anybody confused me with an N-word lover.
I'm just saying.
I don't think I like
you with the kumbaya and all that. But you know, it's some people that's not with
thing.
Go ahead.
There's a couple kinds of kumbaya.
Go ahead.
There's kumbaya where it's like I feel like people don't believe anything and they're just like, oh, let's just get together and just like, oh, I don't believe anything. You don't believe anything. Let's not believe anything together. Whereas I'm like the kumbaya guy, like you say, like, well, here's this thing, white privilege. I'm like, no, right? No. Like I'm in that kind of like, let's get together, let's have those hard conversations. Let's actually let's duke it out over like what is racism and like who is actually white supremacist and what about Trump? Right?
Facts.
Those conversations I love having and because they're funner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I can hang around with my white folk and we'd be like, yeah, it's a nice truck you got there. And, I got a nice truck too, right? Like, and we'd be like all talking about the truck, which is great. I love my people.
Yeah.
Right?
Trucks is definitely the top of the conversation. Go ahead.
But you know what? It's like it's not gonna happen. Is like it's like we're not gonna have conversation like this, Mark, where we're like, well, like the white guy smile.
The white guy smile.
Like what's up with that? Right? Like I didn't know there was a white guy smile.
You didn't know that was a thing?
I didn't know that was a thing, and now I'm curious. I'm gonna be like, when I see some black guy, I'm gonna just like stand behind a white guy.
You gotta look out for it. Yep.
And just be like looking around, and be like, oh yeah, that's what Mark.
Yeah. You can see the little. It's like a little smile. It's like I don't know how to do it. Like it's a certain smile. I don't even know how to duplicate it to show it to you. But I mean, man, this conversation was good. I feel like
I know. We got a long time.
Yeah.
I got another call coming up.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we can spend we can keep going. I mean,
it's all right. We're gonna wrap it up. I think. What do you think about a part 2 to this? Because I think this is so good that obviously the first half hour was messed up with. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Yeah. I'm a fun guy.
Yeah.
And I figured at some point I'm gonna run my mouth. Somebody's gonna punch me in the face or cancel.
It's all right. It's all right.
So I'll just keep going until that happens. Cause, you only got one life to live.
YOLO.
You got one life to live.
YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. YOLO.
Oh man.
YOLO.
So I guess we'll end it. But so you said you down with the cookout idea.
Yeah,
man. And I got some stuff that we'll save for the next one.
Okay.
And definitely I'll be in contact so we can talk more about how we can make that happen and see if you could help in any way as far as throwing some ideas kind of thing. Maybe you could be a part of the planning. I'm not sure how good you are with the event planning and stuff like that.
Well, here's my problem with event planning is time.
Time.
I got great ideas. I'm a great ideas guy.
Right.
I'm an ideas factory.
Right. All right.
I can just pump ideas out all day long.
Yeah.
But you know what comes come and smack me upside the head is that thing called time.
Yeah.
And that I have less of.
All right. So we're going to use your strengths.
Listen, but I'll, and I actually, problem also is that, I'm not from New York, so I don't know actually a ton of people out here.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want me to bring like some proper racists? We need those.
Yo, so you don't have not one person on your mind. Well, you said I got to spoke to Drew Johnson. You mentioned him. I want to get him on here by the end of September. I'm trying to get.
Well, he's not currently racist.
He's not currently.
He's the opposite. He's recovered.
Right.
He's like me, a recovering racist.
That's cool.
Right.
But now, who do you know on the top of your head before we end this show? Because I want to end it with a call to action. So my call to action for you, definitely show up to the cookout.
What? Find a racist.
Find a racist that's not like Hill. I'm not like that anymore. No, like they might have been in DC a couple months ago. I'm talking about that. Call to action.
I will.
Come on,
man.
Come on. That can't be that hard.
The problem is I actually don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not. Those aren't like. That's not people I want to be around.
I know, but yeah.
I can. I'll fish around and see if I can find me a proper racist.
Yeah, I need one.
I'm sure they're around.
Yeah, they're probably like in church somewhere. You feel me? Like at some point, like you might just got to ask around, like spark the conversation.
I don't know. Yeah, my church is so stupid woke on so much stuff.
It might not be your church then.
Then my church ain't gonna do nothing like that. My church is like super. Yeah, it's like they hedge everything.
Right.
I mean, it's like it's like on Father's Day. It's like we love the fathers. And some of you, are struggling today.
Some of y'all,
some of y'all are having a hard. Some of you want to be fathers.
Right.
You don't have a father. Yeah. But like, Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you
like,
too.
Everything is like couched in this like.
So
not every one of you can be a dad,
right?
But
inclusive. So
Happy Father's Day.
Right.
Yeah, man. So like, I can't stand.
So we'll do a part two.
We keep breaking this up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This was too good.
I do gotta go.
Yeah, this is too good. Let's keep it going. Definitely thank you for real. Thank you for joining. Thank you for giving the time. And
sure thing.
Yeah, we'll chop it up later.
Okay, man.
All right, Luke. Thanks, man.
All right.
Peace in the Middle East.
There you go.